So over here we have our kettlebells, dumbbells, ab mats and bands, all of your warm-up goodies. So treadmill, assault airdyne bikes, rowers, and over to my left, our giant rack of Dynamax balls. So we've got a weight for everyone. Jump ropes. We have our Olympic weightlifting area. So Alico bars, competition plates, 2 platforms, full set of jerk blocks and pulling blocks. All right, over here we have our Wi-Fi screen. So when the athletes come in, you can see what the workout is for the day, who's in the class, and you can compare reps, times, weights, scores across the day, a week, a month, or every workout you've ever done.
All right, welcome to Movements of the Week. Vincent, where are we?
We're here at a new gym downtown San Francisco, Flagship Crossfit.
This space is ridiculous. I just walked in. It's 250 Montgomery. Is that the address, right?
It is, Bush and Pine.
And downtown, this is a big deal. I know it's hard with a lot of the people that work down in San Francisco finding a space that you can work out in and escape your work, but this is definitely the place. As soon as you walk down the stairs, it's a different world.
It is. It's a whole nice little cave down here with a lot of fun goodies to play with.
And everything is brand spanking new.
We've only been open for a month, so come on down, stop by and try a workout.
Vincent, what are we going to do today? What do we cover?
Today we're going over the Powerclean. We're going to go over a few of the common mistakes and how to do it with some proper form.
All right, enough talking, Vincent. Let's go to the floor.
It's Powerclean. All right, so right into it. Here's what a Powerclean should look like. So the bar is nice and close to my body, all right? I make some solid contact with the high thigh or up in the hip, depending on where your body proportions are. And you explode forward and drop into that athletic catch position and stand up. Positions that you want to hit as you come through into the Powerclean, starting from the floor, are floor. So the position is right around the middle of your foot, all right? Your arms are straight out, your shoulders are right over that bar. All right, how high your hip is will depend on your body type or your height. So as you come up, the first spot you're going to hit is right at your knee. The back angle doesn't change. All right, the floor to the knee, the back stays the same. As you pass the knee, that's when the back starts to come up, and you start to pull into it, and you get that hip contact as you extend all the way up, pull up and under, turn the elbows over, stand up. So there's some common faults that people usually have when they try to do a Powerclean or when they're just starting to learn. They are usually the jumping jack, not making hip contact, and the reverse curl. So for the jumping jack, the biggest problem is that when people come up, they make hip contact, everything looks great, and they get into that landing position and they kick those feet out wide. All right, the level of hip stability that you have, with your knees in and your feet out wide, some people might be able to get more weight, but eventually your knees are going to collapse in, or you're going to jump out too wide, and your form on everything else is going to suffer. Our goal is to replicate athletic positions, and there is no athletic position that looks like that. So not making any hip contact. Although it's possible to clean without making any hip contact, you lose out on a lot of the momentum you can develop and a lot of the torque you can drive into that bar. So as you come in, you really want to make sure to sweep that bar in and let the hips drive that bar up as you get out of the way to allow as much energy transfer into the bar as possible. The final one is the reverse curl. You see it everywhere. Go to 24 Hour Fitness. I'm sure you'll run into one of them. People come up, they go in, and it's just a reverse curl back and forth. It's wrong for a lot of reasons, right? You need to actively pull under. It's not a curl. You're trying to pull yourself down under the bar to catch. It's not a catch if you curl. So, Johnny's clean. Look pretty good. There's a couple of points that could use some work, right? A little bit more of a hip extension, letting those heels lift off the floor, right? Coming back down, actively pulling under and catching in that quarter squat, in that nice tight athletic position. And the last part is a little faster with that elbow turnover, getting those elbows to whip around and really get that bar into that front rack. So, speaking of the front rack position, if you have any questions, feel free to take a look back at our older videos. We have a whole video on just the front rack position.
Vincent, thank you. Movements of the week. That was the Powerclean. We went over quite a bit today.
Yeah, quite a few things, common mistakes, how to perform properly, positions to hit. The one last thing we didn't go over was the idea of jumping and coaching cues and how to teach yourself or how to teach others. A lot of people like the idea of jumping and shrugging, but the mechanics of the movement, you're trying to put force into the ground and transfer to a bar. If you jump, your feet leave the floor and you have nothing to put force into. So it's not a jump, it's a hump.
Yeah, I can imagine what you're saying. If your feet come off the floor, you're not able to rapidly press back into the floor to finish that motion. It makes sense. And Vincent got me to pull off the floor today. It's been a year and a half. I pulled, I'm feeling more confident, so I think this is something I'm gonna add back into my training. It was a lot of fun. What's coming up next?
We will be going over playing with the log. So we have a log bar here that we've been dying to get our hands on, and we're gonna mess around with it a little bit and see what we can do.
So specialty bar edition next week. Sweet, nice job, man. Thank you.